There, we're done. It's just after noon on Friday, August 14th, and I just logged off. I don't even know how to feel. I'm content, happy, looking forward. You know, I was just having a conversation with a really good friend of mine, and we were talking about the future because he's gone through some big transitions in his life as well. And he was saying how he looks forward to seeing what things are like by the end of the year or by this time next year, because he expects that he will be a very different person this time next year. And, you know, still the same core values and such, but so much will have changed. He will have just moved into a whole new chapter, and he expects to see a very different person when he looks in the mirror. We are all unfinished projects. We're never done. We don't have to be done. We're not always going through huge changes in our lives, but we're always changing and evolving. And as much as we want to, we're always growing and, you know, becoming different versions of ourselves. Hopefully better versions, different versions. And that's exactly how I feel right now. I feel like that, you know, I'm an unfinished project because there's just more to do, more to see, more to discover, and more to become. And that's a pretty good thing. So, yeah. All right. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is Monday, August 17th. People keep asking me, how does it feel? And the reality is, I don't know. It feels weird. Really, the only thing I can say is it feels weird. For it to be Monday and me not to be sitting at my desk at this time. It's 10 after 8. So it just feels weird. It feels good, don't get me wrong, but it does feel weird. As of right now, I mean, it feels like I'm on holidays. Different though, because I know I'm not on holidays. I mean, technically I'm on a break, but I'm not going back to that job. So the next steps are for me to get set up to be a consultant. The process for that is for the advisor who's bringing me on as a consultant to get me a company laptop so that I can log in to the ecosystem, into the planning software, and be able to work. The administrator who's going to be doing that for me, she's on holidays until Wednesday, so this process can't start until Wednesday anyways. And then it usually takes a couple weeks, sometimes up to 3 weeks, but usually around 2 weeks to get me a laptop, do a background check, and get me sort of set up. Realistically, it will be after the September long weekend that I will be up and running, is my guess. So that's fine. I have some time off. September 4th is my birthday, so I'll be off on my birthday, which I always like to take off anyways. And I can't do anything to even start the process until Wednesday at the earliest, and it'll depend on when she's ready to do that. In the meantime, I got to figure out what to do with my time. That is another question that people keep asking me. So what do you got planned? Do you have anything planned? Are you going to take, you know, do something? I don't know. That's the one thing that I never thought about. I mean, I knew I would have some time off, but I don't have anything specifically planned. I've been thinking about that a lot, and I was thinking whilst I was sleeping, as my father-in-law used to say. This morning I was thinking about what I should do in my time off. Obviously, I'm going to do some things that I really, you know, some fun things as well, but there are some projects around the house that I kind of want to get after. And so this morning I'm going to make a list of the things that I would like to tackle while I'm off. Whether I get them all done or not, who knows? but I think it's a good idea to make a list so I have in my mind the things that need doing, and depending on my mood and my level of energy for that day, I can decide to pick something off that list, get it done, and then I'll feel like this time off wasn't wasted. Time off is never wasted, and it's really important for our physical and mental health to take time off. But I know I'll feel more productive and better if at the end of it I've done some of the things around the house that need doing. If I can at least accomplish a couple of them, I think that will make me feel a lot better. All right, so let's see. What needs doing? If I just sort of go space to space, let's start on the outside. I got to clean out my shed. So shed clean out. There's a lot of things in there that need to come out, including my bike because it's not working, and so I need to get rid of that. And since I sold the van, a lot of the stuff that was in the van that I wanted to keep went into the shed and up into the loft. And so it's not very organized in there. There's a lot of crap that doesn't need to be in there. I think that I could clear out a bunch of stuff, reorganize it, and make it a lot more functional. Now that I've put the garbage can back in there because of the bear, I want to have a better space for it, because where it used to be, I put a shelf, but now that I want to put it back in that space, I need to reorganize. If I get rid of the bike, there's a table and chairs that I want to give away. So I'm going to put that on Facebook Marketplace and see if I can get rid of that for free. And that will clear up a lot of room in there. Just to organize things. There's tarps, things like that need to be organized. You know what it's like when you have a storage shed. So the shed clean out will be number one. On the outside of the house, I think that's about it. Starting inside, loft cleanup. The loft needs cleaning, organizing, because the van things that I didn't want to have in the shed went up there, and Keaton still has a suitcase up there from when he moved, and some books and such, and they can now go into his place. So it just needs to be organized a bit better, because right now I don't like how it looks. So the loft needs to be cleaned up. Okay, what else? I need a new tap. My kitchen tap is dripping. It's got one of those spray nozzles that pulls out, and that's now dripping back down, and it drips under the sink. I've got a bucket under there, and it needs to be replaced. That's something that I'm pretty confident I can do myself. So a new tap, replace tap. The tub needs to come out and be replaced with a shower stall. I don't think that's going to happen while I'm off. First of all, I need help with doing that, and the plumbing is something that I'm not going to do myself. And the big reason is I don't have the funds to do that right now, because it's going to cost. I would estimate that by the time it's all said and done, with the plumber, with buying the materials for the shower stall and such, $4,000 or $5,000. I'm not spending that now. Like at first I thought, oh, maybe a couple thousand, but I'm going to budget for 4 or 5, maybe 5, just in case, because you know what it's like when you start a project, it always ends up being more than you expect it to be. So that's a project I'm not going to tackle now. Is that it? Really? That's it? Huh. Felt like more. Because that's really only 3 things. I am going to go do a dump run, because I will have things that need to go to recycling and to the dump. I'm going to start, I think, with the shed today, because it's going to be a nice day, and I'll get started in the morning. I'll do it in the morning before the sun comes around. I guess I could put the patio umbrella out, give myself some shade, but I want to take everything out and then decide what's going back in and what needs to be gotten rid of. I think I'll do that today, or at least I'll start it today. That's a good project. I'm thinking of going to the local community center and seeing what a gym membership costs there. It's not expensive. Sign up for that just to get some exercise and maybe do some classes. And there are a few places I'd like to explore. Kinsale Trestle is one of them. It's a former, it's really, I don't know if it's the tallest trestle bridge on the island, but it was a former rail bridge, that's now been converted to a walking bridge and pathway. And that will be cool to see. I've never been to Tofino. Maybe I take a drive out there. I've been to Iqaluit once, the first year I was here for a conference, which was beautiful, but I've never actually made it all the way to Tofino, so maybe we do that. Maybe Keaton and I do that as an exploration. The Telegraph Cove Whale Interpretive Center is open again. I don't think it's fully fitted out yet, but it's open again. That's an area, that's a place I'd really like to go. Keaton wants to go too, and maybe we'll go and we'll do a little whale watching tour while we're there. So there's some things that I want to do. And then there's just the general stuff, right? I want to go to the library, pick up some books that I want to read, spend some time just walking outside, sitting at the beach. A friend of mine is moving, so if she needs help, I will head over to help her. Now, obviously, I'm brand new to this. And those of you who have retired, semi-retired, you'll have to let me know if this is normal. But already today, I feel like I should be doing something else. Like there's something I should be doing that I'm not doing. And that's an odd feeling, because when I'm on holidays, I don't feel that. I don't sit here and go, oh, I should be working. No, I'm on holidays, and so I just relax and enjoy it. This feels different. And so I need to get past that. I think that's probably a normal feeling. I have this reoccurring dream that I've had forever. And every so often I have this dream. And in this dream, I realize that I haven't been to school, like college, for like months. And I'm supposed to be in school and I haven't been at school. And so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fix that. It's this feeling of this uneasy kind of a anxiety, not panic, but that anxiety of, oh crap, I was supposed to be in class for the last 4 months and I haven't been there. That's kind of the feeling I'm having right now. It's just, when something moves from planning to reality, the reality of it can sometimes be surprising in some ways, and I think that's what I'm feeling. So maybe that's why I felt like I needed to make a list so that I could at least have something on my schedule. So Friday, being my last day, was absolutely dead. My manager was on holidays. I didn't get a single email. I had absolutely nothing to do. I logged off at noon and just shut everything down. And it felt a little anticlimactic because, even the Thursday was, had felt more significant because I did my last meeting and, the advisor and I were talking about how this was my last meeting. And then Friday was like, meh. And that's a really important lesson. A lesson for me, and maybe for anybody out there who's like me. I've been with the company 10 years, short a couple months. And I think when you are with a company that long and you feel like, you're an important part of a team, that maybe my sense of self-importance was a little higher than it should have been. In our Monday meeting, team meeting, my manager had already sort of said something very nice about me leaving and all of that. But it was like, I'm there and then I'm gone. And nobody's going to miss me. Work will get rerouted elsewhere. The company will not miss me. A couple of my teammates might miss me a little bit, but I'm still in contact with them on a Snapchat on my thread on my phone, my personal phone. But the company itself doesn't miss me. And that's a really kind of an important lesson for anyone, right? Unless it's your company, unless you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter how important you are in the company. It doesn't matter what your role is. It doesn't matter how seriously you take your job and how much you treat it like, you're part of the company. We're not. We're just a cog in the wheel. And when we're gone, nothing changes. The job's already been posted. Work is has been reassigned. Monday comes, nothing's changed. There's one less person on the Teams meeting on Monday morning, and that's it. That's kind of a sobering lesson, a reminder, right, of the insignificance of our importance when it comes to work. We're valued for the work we do, but we're really not important to the company because everyone is replaceable. Unless you're the entrepreneur, the owner of the company, everybody is dispensable. It's easy to slip into that feeling of self-importance and how valuable we are to the company because, to be fair, that's what we're told, right? That's the company propaganda, how valuable we are, how important part of the team we are, valuable our contribution is. And we believe it because they need us to believe it. But the reality is, come Monday morning, no one cares. There's only a couple things that are quote unquote work related that I have to think about this week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Perlator is coming to pick up the package. My old company sent me an empty box and wrapping, bubble wrap and such, and a label to send back my laptop, my phone, and my ID card. And so I've got that all packaged up. And on Wednesday, like I said, I'll be in touch with the administrator from the advisor's office to start the process. I'm not sure what she'll need from me. I didn't put a video out on Sunday because I didn't really know what to say. And I kind of wanted to wait until Monday and see how I felt. So that's why this video is a day late. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me, for all of your really supportive comments and stories about your experiences. I cannot tell you how inspiring those are to hear. It's always nice to hear other people's experiences when they've been through something that you're going into, so that you realize that everything you're going through is normal, because really it all is. And so that's been really awesome, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate every single one of you that come back every week to watch my videos, who've been supporting me for so long by watching my videos. That is very much appreciated. And I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're staying safe. I hope wherever you are, you're safe from the wildfires that seem to be all over North America, all over the world. Hope you're safe. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind, including to yourself. I love you, and I'll see you next time.